Hello guys and welcome back to the channel for another episode of Hood Gaming's Tactic Tester. We've had an unbelievable response to you guys wanting to be on this series, and we've had some fantastic creators already so far. Today we welcome someone new to run the Tactic Tester Gauntlet with Arsenal. But before we get into things, I'm just going to run you guys through the rules and show you the leaderboard before we get into today's creator. So let's get into it. So then guys, a reminder of the rules for this series. All tactics must have a proven record of success and achievement. All tactics will use the same team and fixtures for the test, obviously barring cup games, and we will be using Arsenal and my specific simulation for this purpose. No transfers will be allowed to be made in either transfer window by the team in question. Tactics will be loaded in and the whole season will be simulated in one go. All points, wins, goals scored and win percentage will be collected and displayed at the end of each video to find the best tactic out there. As I said, we've already had some fantastic creators on the series already, so let's take a look at the leaderboard as it currently stands. So then guys, after last week's episode, we had FM Trek on. If you've not seen the episode with FM Trek, I would recommend that you guys take a look at it. His 4-2-4 was very good. It scored a lot of goals, had a very good goals per game return of 2.54. However, it is still GYR-FM at the top of the leaderboard with his impressive second finish in the Premier League with 90 points and that massive win ratio of 72.72%. But that is how things stand at the moment. Will today's creator top GYR-FM at the top of the leaderboard? Only time will tell. Let's get into the game and I can introduce today's creator and their tactic. So then guys, we are back at Arsenal. We are back in this save and it is time to welcome another creator onto the series. Today, we welcome someone off of Twitch. He streams super regularly. I want to say it's almost every day. He has a save going on with Reading at the moment on Twitch, which is going very well, I'd like to say. And he's also branching out and bringing content onto the YouTube platform. So I need you guys to welcome Mr Diz onto today's episode with his tactic. I think he used it in his save in the beta period with Dortmund, and I'm pretty sure he's using it right now with Reading in his Twitch save. Over on YouTube, he is bringing in the scouting center. He's already had second yellow card on, and he's also had bully beef on thus far. A very good series where he just sits down, talks to the creator and plays them in a draft. I definitely recommend going and checking Diz out. Links to all of his ways of getting in touch with him, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all of that will be listed down below. Make sure you head over to his YouTube channel and sub to him as well. He's relatively new to the YouTube game, as we all kind of are. But he's definitely a content creator who should have more subs than he currently does. So I've loaded up his tactic. Let's take a look at it. This is what we are running with here. It's very similar to what I play in all my saves, actually. It's very similar. But what he's got here is he has a sweeper keeper on attack, which is very interesting. Wing back on attack in the right back spot, a ball playing defender, a central defender, and then a wing back on support on the left hand side. Looking at this, I think this is going to suit Arsenal because you're going to have Bellerin on this right hand side, and then you're going to have Kieran Tierney on the support function. I think that will work quite well. Then he's got a ball winning midfielder on defend, a box to box midfielder, which I'm hoping for the most part that's going to be Thomas Partey, but we shall see. Inside forwards on both sides, attacking on the left and supporting on the right hand side. He's got an advanced playmaker on support there, and then a pressing forward up top. Obviously he has the tactical style set up here, but we're not going to go into that and break that down. If you want to do that, head on over to his channel, check out some of his videos, or head over and give him a watch on Twitch. I'm sure you can see this tactic in action for yourselves. Before we get into the simulation, what we always do is we always do a quick pick just so that you guys can see the names that are going to roughly appear in these positions. So we will hit that quick pick button. We will say OK. And this is what has been put forward by the Arsenal assistant manager. We've got Leno in goal, Hector Bellerin at right back, as I kind of said, holding alongside Gabriel as the two centre backs. Kieran Tierney on that left-hand side. Thomas Partey as the ball-winning midfielder and Dani Ceballos as the box-to-box midfielder. That's interesting. Saka, Mesut Ozil, who has obviously now left Arsenal, is now at Fenerbahce. And then Aubameyang completing that 3 behind the striker of Alexandre Lacazette. This is very good, and I honestly wouldn't change... I don't think I'd change anything about it, to be perfectly honest. I think all the good players are in their good positions. There may be an argument for bringing in Nicolas Pepe, maybe, for Saka, but I think Saka turns into an absolute world beater, so I wouldn't do that myself. If you are playing an advanced playmaker, that role is suited for Mesut Ozil, really. So I hope he has a good run of things in this simulation. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to leave it here. We're going to sim the whole season, and we will come back to see how Mr Diz's tactic got on. I will be back in just 2 seconds. So then, guys, we are back at the end of the season. Here is some of the statistics that you can see. Liverpool winning the Premier League with 100 points is absolutely ridiculous. It looks like the team's been in the hunt a long portion of the way. Down in fourth, third. Oh, they must have dropped out right at the end. But finishing fourth with 75 points is a very good points return. Just a quick look at some of the stuff here. Lacazette, top goal scorer. Highest average rating is Hector Bellerin, which is good, means he didn't get injured too much. Nicolas Pepe with the 18 assists, which is a phenomenal return for Pepe, actually. That means he must have got into the team at some point. Best pass completions, David Luiz. Most player of the match awards goes to Lacazette, and Kolasinac picking up 1 red, and David Luiz and Gabriel picking up 12 yellow cards apiece. That is quite a lot. But Liverpool in this simulation, 38 games played, plus 70 in terms of the goal difference, and were centurions. But we are here to see how Diz's tactic got on with Arsenal. So let's head on over to the competitions tab. Have they won any trophies? Yes. What a season, Diz. You're going to be buzzing with this. So they managed to pick up the Europa League. Winning the Europa League is massive. Winning the Carabao Cup is very impressive as well. And knocked out in the 3rd round of the FA Cup by Manchester City. There's no shame in that. No shame whatsoever. So looking at the league, they were comfortably 4th. Almost managed to get 3rd. Man City probably just edged that on the final day of the season. Lacazette, top goal scorer for Arsenal, with 17 in the Premier League. Lacazette and Aubameyang both getting 8 apiece in the Europa League is very, very nice. What else have we got here? Aubameyang scored in the FA Cup. They got knocked out in the 1st round. Lacazette with 6 goals in the Carabao Cup, also very impressive. And runners-up in the Community Shield. I swear, in my simulation, I'm the only one who won that Community Shield game. It's a tough one. Liverpool are absolute juggernauts in this game still. So, double winning. Finishing inside the top 4 is definitely not to be sniffed at, especially considering the power of Liverpool this year. So we will look at the table here. As I said, Liverpool only conceding 14 goals this whole season, 2 of which were against Arsenal. Good lord, who did they lose to? Oh, this is tactic. Beat a team that finished with 100 points. Jeez. That is nuts. 27 clean sheets in 38 games for Alisson. 17 for Arsenal and Leno, to be fair. That's very good return. Very, very good return. Okay, so maybe in terms of things, in terms of the elite teams, maybe this team didn't score enough goals. Okay, so that's a good return in the Premier League. As I said, though, they won the Europa League. We'll take a look at their run-in as we get into the schedule. Carabao Cup also winners as well. Very, very good return. So into the schedule we go. So the first game they play is the Community Shield. I don't know what it is, right? Since the latest patch, there seems to be a lot of late goals. And as you can see here, Bobby Firmino popping up in the 93rd minute to secure a winner for Liverpool. You can be hard done by there. That's a very unfortunate result. 93rd minute goal to decide this fate. And as you can see, that is a fantastic run to start the season in September. Only conceding 2 goals away at Chelsea in that win. That's a very, very good win as well. It's a superb run, isn't it? All the way down to, unfortunately, losing to Leeds at Ellen Road. It's a very tough one to take, because otherwise this start to the season is absolutely phenomenal. The only points they dropped, right, were against Leeds, and that was their first time they dropped points in the Premier League until the middle of December. this is a little bit of a wobbly patch. December's always a tough one in this save. Obviously, because you have the back-to-backs with Man City as well. Losing to Everton is a tough one to take. Doucouré getting the goal, the decisive goal there. Draw with Tottenham. Both late goals. Pulled that one back. Lacazette cancelling out Gareth Bale. 2-2 draw with Burnley. Late goals all over the shop again. Saka with the 93rd and then Vidra with the 94th minute goals. Absolutely nuts. So let's have a look at their Europa League. We've not looked at their Europa League so far. So they beat Chelsea and Fulham in the Carabao Cup. Where's Carabao Cup? Preston 6-0 in the quarter-final. Semi-final they beat West Ham. And then in the final, where is that? Carabao Cup final, they beat Liverpool 2-0 on a neutral venue. Wow. In the Europa League, though, this is a relatively easier group. Zoira, Victoria Pleasant, and what's that team's name? I can't think. Is the Greek side. I can't think of their name. Just mine's gone blank. So they've obviously gone through comfortably in this group. Played 6, won 5, drawn 1. Fair play. Good results all round. As I said, a little bit of a wobbly December, but they didn't really get beaten. They lost to Everton. That's a lot of fixtures in 1 month. We move forward. FA Cup third round, we knew that they lost to Manchester City. Fair play. Still unbeaten so much in this run. It's just unfortunate that there's just so many draws in here. If you pick up 3 points against Burnley, Southampton, Brighton, Leicester's a tough one, especially away from home, but you would like to think that you would have picked up a few more points here, unfortunately for you, Diz. Have there been some late equalisers in these? I bet you there has been. That's not that late. That's not that late either. This is going to prove me wrong, isn't it? Danny Welbeck in the 86th is relatively late. Draw with Manchester United here. Draw with Sheffield United. Again, that's a tough one to take, especially with them down to 10 men. Willian only just making the breakthrough in the 85th minute. So we move into the knockout stages of the Europa League. Astana is an easy one to take. You take that, you move forward. That is a very, very good result. They managed to beat Liverpool 2-0 at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. Goals from Nicolas Pepe and Lacazette securing that first trophy of the season. Moving forward into the next round of the Europa League, Başakşehir, I think that's the Turkish team, isn't it? I said that right. Good result to go through, beating them 2-0 at home, drawing 1-1 away. Gets the job done, doesn't it? The away goal there basically ended that tie. Lost to Liverpool 2-0. Sadio Mane getting the 2 goals in the Premier League there. Returning back to winning ways, beating Newcastle, Burnley, drawing with Newcastle. Late goal going for them there. Feyenoord in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. That's a nice tie. 4-0 in both legs. 4-0 at home and 4-0 away. Absolutely teaching the Dutch team a lesson there. Results against West Ham. They beat Chelsea again. Frank Lampard's going to be fuming. Then we move forward. Barcelona. They played and beat Barcelona in the Europa League. Barca need to have a look at themselves, don't they? So they beat Barca 4-2 on aggregate in the semi-final of the Europa League. What happened to Barca? I have to... Sorry guys, I'm very much taken away from it here. Champions League Group C, Inter and Porto. That is a horrendous group, by the way. Inter, Porto, Barcelona and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Wow. Okay. And then... So... They beat Barcelona 3-0 in the home leg. Lacazette, Saka and Maitland-Niles with all 3 of the goals there. That basically puts them 1 foot in the final. They played the game at the Nou Camp. Mesut Ozil popping up with an away goal to make it 4-0 with the away goal basically sealed the tie there. Unfortunately lost to Villa the next time out in the Premier League 2-0. We'll excuse that after the high of going through in Europe. Good results against Everton. Beat Chelsea yet again. Beat Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield, which is a very, very tough result, especially considering they would have been almost centurions at this point. To score 2 goals against Liverpool is an unreal feat. Partey and Lacazette with those 2. Diz will probably be happy with this. A 5-1 win for Manchester United on the final day of the season. Sort of teaching Arsenal a lesson. I don't know whether they would have rotated. It looks like they have rotated quite a lot for this game. With the Europa League final in mind. in which Willian scored the decisive goal to win the game 1-0. Fair play. On balance, it looks, looking at the match stats, it looks pretty similar. Arsenal just edging it in terms of XG, better possession. This is the way the formations played out then. So in the Europa League final, this is the team that took to the field. Leno, Bellerin, David Luiz, Gabriel, Kieran Tierney, Thomas Partey is that ball-winning midfielder. Ceballos is the box-to-box. Saka, Willian, and Nketiah. And then Lacazette up top, which leads me to believe Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was injured. So let's have a look at the squad. And we can see how everybody is getting on. So then, let's go over here and let's sort them by appearances. So Leno appeared the most, then Lacazette, then I think that's Willian. Is that Willian the third player? It is Willian. So Aubameyang is currently injured, a hip injury. Suffered in Arsenal's 3-1 win over Chelsea on the 21st of April. So he was injured towards the end of the season then, guys. That's very interesting to know. Okay, so goal return. We have Lacazette on top with 32. That is Aubameyang second on the 16. Saka on 13. Also Willian on 13. And Mesut Ozil chipping in with 10 is very good as well. Over to assists. We've got Pepe here. 8 goals and 18 assists. I bet Arsenal fans would be absolutely screaming for a return like that out of Nicolas Pepe in real life. Willian chipping in with 13 goals and 17 assists. Much the same there. Hector Bellerin, actually, 14 assists from right back is superb. 10 goals, 10 assists for Mesut Ozil is very good as well. Lacazette, 32 goals, 9 assists. And then Saka with 13 goals and 7 assists is the most noteworthy there. Very, very good returns all round. Who was the highest average rating player? Hector Bellerin was the highest average rating with a 7.24. Oh, actually, that's alongside. Is that alongside Gabriel? That is alongside Gabriel. So Gabriel also having a very good season with Arsenal. So let's go into the team report. Let's go into the analyst report. And let's break down some of this. So as you can see, Diz's tactic doing very well. The goals per game just above the Premier League average, but the XG per game is definitely above there. So working pretty well there. In terms of scoring, let's have a look at their attacking efficiency. As you can see, shots per game definitely up there. They're an aggressive team, but they were relatively wasteful. Their conversion rate pretty low, which I don't really understand because Lacazette can definitely put the ball in the back of the net. Managing more shots per match than the average, but we are less clinical than a lot of teams. Obviously, you can see Liverpool up there with an average of 20 shots per game is absolutely nuts. In terms of goals conceded then, guys, opposition conversion rate is decent, but they have been relatively quiet with around 7 shots faced per game. Look at Liverpool down there, man. 5 shots faced per game with an opposition conversion rate of 7%. In terms of the formation then, have we done pretty well? Clear-cut chances for and against. Oh, that's just here. So this formation has created 39 plus clear-cut chances versus every formation. They create a chance every 51 minutes, which is very impressive. And a chance against is every 90 minutes, which is very, very interesting. 39 plus clear-cut chances created is very, very good, Diz. Well done. In terms of the formations faced, a plus 12 result against a 4-2-3-1 wide, so it's almost matching up. And it's also done very well against a 4-3-3 DM wide as well, with plus 16 clear-cut chances created for and against. So I'm going to get my calculator out. We're going to do the maths. We're going to work out the table, and we are going to find where Diz sits on our leaderboard. We'll be back in 2 seconds. So then, guys, here you have it. Diz is in the middle of the pack, despite winning 2 trophies, equaling Pav FM's 2 trophy haul. He finished 4th inside the Premier League, which is not the best and also not the worst that we've had. 4th is a very, very good result for Arsenal in the simulation. 75 points again puts him definitely up there, doing very well in terms of his points. The goal scored is kind of where it was let down. I've definitely seen in these simulations so far Lacazette score more. Also, Aubameyang score more. The goals per game just under 2 at 1.98, and the win ratio is a 63.33%. It is the same as Man of My FM. I have put Man of My FM just above, even though he did worse in the Premier League and with his points total. That goals per game of 2.38 cannot be sniffed at in comparison. So well done, Diz. A very good tactic. One of our most successful in terms of trophy return. And as I said all along, I think Arsenal fans will be absolutely ecstatic if that were the season that they were to have this year. Unfortunately, that is not it. So then, guys, that is it for another episode of my tactic tester. Do you think that you have what it takes for your tactic to come out on the top of our leaderboard? If you do, definitely get in touch with me, either in the comments down below or on Twitter. Just let me know, slide into my DMs, and I'm sure we can get you onto the tactic tester. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today, you guys. If you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you're new around here, if you've come from Diz's channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for daily Football Manager videos. I will be back at the same time next weekend with another person running the tactic tester gauntlet. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there.